Greetings from Sugar the Dog, Adrianna Marie, and yours truly from St. Louis. And we have got a cool looking little project here. The former owner said it hadn't been turned on in several years, but go ahead for it. Go on and go for it. Plug it in, turn it on. Well, I did, and it made such a horrific buzzing sound that I immediately turned it right off. Sugar, what do you think? What do you think is the cause of this horrific buzzing? Huh? What? What do you think is the cause of that horrific buzzing? Can you find out? No? Okay. Well, stay tuned. I believe this is a 1964 Skylark GA5T. Probably from the early 64 or somewhere around there. And if you feel like seeing a little bit of restoration on this thing, stay tuned. Okay, so here it is, unmolested. And before I really get to molesting it, I'm gonna test these tubes under here. Make sure they're all good, because this thing was giving out a god-awful buzz. I suspect these, which are going to be replaced, and I'm probably going to replace these bypass caps and etc., etc. Just to make sure, I'm just going to kind of test everything and replace what's bad. Okay, so I just let the meter chill out for about 8 hours, and now my 6x4 tube is testing correctly, at least in that half. 20. And the other half is really good too, so the 6x4 is good. This 6AQ5 power tube is testing nice and strong, as does this one.
Hey, was the wind blowing hard out here last night?
Well, I think I know the source of this insane buzzing this thing was putting out. I hooked up my trusty ESR meter to either side of one of these filter caps, and it's reading absolutely nothing. Ditto that on the other one. Absolutely nothing. We got one more over here, and this one is within tolerance, but I'm going to replace it anyway. But yeah, that's not too good. And here's the two new filter caps on their new terminal boards. And I've removed the death cap. Now to wire these up correctly. As always, my pet peeve is make a good mechanical connection. That would work without solder. Don't use bubble gum. Okay? Don't use gum. Gum has no place in anything electronic. Okay, I'm a big fan of nestling, so here's the new filter caps nestled in place. And I put this other one there. I put a terminal board there and there because I didn't really care for the silicone sticky. So now I'm going to put in the three-way plug here. I'm so glad I got the state of California watching over me and warning me about this carcinogenic cord that I'm going to be risking my life, my family, my dog, everybody in using. But I'm going to just go ahead and use it. Jeez. Well, now I'm on the Pillow Police and the state of California's most wanted list for removing these tags. I removed it. Guess which finger that is. Alright, so here's the new nice stout power cord. Stouter than needed, but this is what I had. I got installed a nice Fender style I forget what you call these things, strain relief, that's what it is. I've got it grounded nicely right here to the chassis. I've got the hot coming into the sleeve here, to the tip. From the sleeve, it's going over to one side of the switch, and from the other side of the switch, it's going to the transformer. The other side is the white or neutral, and it's just going to the transformer. Right. Now I'm going to replace some bypass caps and stuff like that there. Onward. Alright, so I replaced that electrolytic cap. I replaced this one with this is a orange drop, but it's an early orange drop, I think. Anyways, these two were out of spec quite a bit, so I replaced them. And then I replaced this electrolytic. This is about all I'm going to do. I'm going to plug the tubes in and hook it up now, see what's what. Okay, I'm ready to crank this up. I've once again got it plugged into my trusty current limiter, my variac, and my signal generator. And I'm going to fire it up and gradually turn up the juice. So here we go. Got the volume down. The AC switch is on. And now I'm cranking it up slowly. I put it up to about 60 volts. I see the pilot light is starting to glow. I'll go up to about 80 volts. Nothing from my current limiter. Really good. So I'm going to go up to about 120, 117, 120 volts. And pilot lights lit up nice. No glow from the indicating any kind of excessive current. And got a little crackly pot, but you know, I just realized there is no tone control on this amp. Yeah, it's just tremolo, which doesn't seem to be working, but okay, all is well. I'm going to plug a guitar in there and see what it sounds like. So here it is with the guitar plugged in. And I got a 0.1015 tacked in on top of the other caps. It gets a nice slow one, and that's the slowest, and there's your fastest. As opposed to slowest, I'll pull this. faster. So yeah, I'm gonna tack that 0.01 in there on top, just to slow it down a bit. And then I'm putting it back together. It sounds great. All right, a final shot across. You know, I was a Boy Scout, and I'll tell you, one of the things they said was, take only pictures, leave only footprints. So I like to try and incorporate that in my soldering and working on stuff like this. So this, I mean, nothing, you know, yeah, that green leaps out, but nothing leaps out at you like, oh, it's jarringly different. And you know, I mean, you're trying to be nice and neat. Yes, people in the know those are not original components, but they blend in with what was here and work. So there you go. Rant over. I'm going to put it back together and do a little sound test. Also, before I put this back together, I want to point out that Gibson speaker was real tired. This Celestion, woo! What is it? I think it's like, geez, I don't know. They say it's a 50. I don't know. But it handles anything this amp can dish out. I like that. All right, put it back together now. One thing I just noticed putting it back, look at that. Inspected. It looks like an April 1964 Magit something or other, blah, blah, blah products, Racine, Wisconsin. It looks like Badgerwood or Madgewood or something. Madgewood. Pretty cool. Looks like 1854, but I'm pretty sure that's 1964. Not 1854. Cool. All right, here's a little sound demo. I got it about halfway up. I got no tremolo on the I got it about halfway up. No tremolo at all. Here's a little tremolo. Sorry, I'm only using my crappy 40s XL for the sound demo, by the way. Here's the tremolo up to about 3. Here's the tremolo all the way up, and squeaked it up to about 7. That's as high as the wife's home volume is going to be. Well, that's about it for this video of this 1964 Skylark GA5T by Gibson. I restored this with the intent that it would be used to play good music by humans for humans without proof that you're not a robot. Alrighty. And it's not a Gibson, it's a Gibson. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope this helps.